Hello and welcome to another episode of No Load Time. My name is Obed Velez, and with me, it's the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
What's good? No load time. Obed, it's good to be back with you. It's a Friday
Yeah,
night here in the East Coast of the States, but we're glad to be live together, still making it happen. We botched an idea that could have been absolutely awesome for earlier in the
huge
day,
face
but you
palm
know
here.
what? There will be another one. There will be another time.
Yeah, there'll be. Yeah, we'll make it. We'll make it up
Yep.
another
Yep.
time. Yeah, how are you, man?
Dude, I'm doing really good. I won't waste too much time. I'll just jump right into stuff because I know we've got a lot to cover in today's show and I don't want to be
I
too
got, I got,
long-winded.
I got an extended conversation with you, sir. If you know,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, totally. Absolutely. Yeah, so I've been busy, but as you all know, Star Wars has has a brand new series that's out. Obed's wearing his shirt.
I am. It
It's
says
great.
1977.
He pulled the 77 on. I
Hey,
love that.
that would tell you exactly
Let's
how I
go.
feel right now.
Let's go. I love this. I love this. So I took the opportunity to see the Acolyte in advance of its premiere on Tuesday this week. So it comes out every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And those of you that follow Star Wars on social media, this wasn't like an invite only thing. If you follow Star Wars on social media, you may have seen that they were having an advanced screenings of it in movie theaters around the country. I spotted within like the first 20 minutes of when it was posted. Yes, I have notifications on for Star Wars posts because I'm that guy.
Oh man.
When we say we're fans, we're fans. I said, "Oh, let me just sign up. See, maybe I'll go out there and check it out." Was able to get out to Disney Springs, where they had it. They were very orderly the way it was run. I think the event staff that was doing it's probably one of the best experiences. I would say it's probably the best experience I've had for an advanced screening. I've seen things like Top Gun and other things in advance before, but this is one of the better ones I had. They had us all in orderly lines. Star Wars fans, listen, dude, like say what you will. I've never had any bad experiences being with Star Wars fans in public personally, at any like event. I mean, MegaCon Orlando, dude, that could have been an absolute disaster with the amount of thousands of people that were 5,000 people that were turned away for the Obi-Wan Anakin thing. Everyone was so orderly. Everyone stood in their line. Nobody was bothering each other. Super chill. Same thing happened here for this. Anyways, so dude, Disney pulled the stops to try and get people excited for this thing. They uh they put us in the Dolby room, their best room. They gave us all popcorn and refillable drinks so we could get. And yeah, so the most comfortable seats, best screens, snacks, drinks. Like I've never
Right.
had that with other screenings.
All
Usually you
right.
got to go buy that stuff.
Other than the pay, other than Disney trying to buy your opinion, sir.
Right, right.
You know how that I want to.
I
I haven't
know.
watched it. I haven't
I
watched it.
know.
I
I
want
know,
so.
dude. So
Go ahead.
I'm glad that you're being like honest to yourself, saying like you said you wouldn't watch it, and I think that's commendable. Um, so they only showed the first two episodes, and I gotta say, first two episodes are good. They're very mid though. Like they're good enough to sit and watch, but they're not. It's not good Star Wars, unfortunately. And that's I think where a lot of the complaints is going to come with this show is
Right.
that you can tell there's quality around some of the acting talent. You can tell that there's quality in production. I've seen some people make complaints about costumes and things like that. I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, maybe just because I was watching this on a huge screen or whatever, but I thought the production value on it was actually quite solid. The main issues I have is Star Wars issues with this thing. Like and I don't know. I want to talk spoilers. I don't want to get too crazy, but
Right.
oh,
Right.
but
Right.
if you give me the blessing, I'll talk a little bit
Go
about
go
it.
in, go into I guess
Soft
mild
spoilers.
spoilers. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
We'll get just super
I
mild.
I
Let's
know I
just
know that I know the spoiler that happens within like the first 10 minutes of someone
right,
dying.
right,
Yeah, I know
right.
that one.
Okay, yeah, yeah, exactly. And like stuff. So it's like stuff like that for an example, right? So
Right.
this whole premise of the show is that it's a murder mystery. Like a Jedi has been murdered, and we need to figure out like this is a huge disturbance in the force. This hasn't happened. The Sith are not publicly seen. And so like, who's the acolyte, what's going on or whatever. And for a murder mystery, it's not a mystery because it's like right in the beginning, you know who does it, and then they proceed to in the same episode show you what the actual twist is around who did it. Which spoilers, there's a twin. Like that's literally what the thing around this whole deal is. So they the whole murder mystery thing goes boop right out the window. Is there still questions? Is there still things that people are going to be talking about with this and going, okay, but why and what, when, where? Absolutely. There's plenty of questions, which is why I found it to be interesting because it left me wanting to learn more and know more. And I felt like for a show that could have been trying to, or at least on the outside, what's been accused of being a checkmark type show. And I'm not going to get into interviews and things like that people have had that I have my own opinions on. But I'm just judging
Anakin blowing up the Death Star.
No. Okay, that's not the same. I'm talking about like political stuff. That's a whole nother argument. Which, okay, now that you bring that up, that actor, literally his character is literally the dumbest character in the entire thing, dude. And I'm not saying dumb as in like his character doesn't make sense. Like he is literally like the dumb Jedi that they all talk down to.
He's
like in the show.
Jar Jar of the show.
Yes, like you have a literal Padawan who literally is like telling him, put a shirt on, go get ready for like things, like get yourself together, man. Like,
oh no,
like he's like supposed to be this one that has he's supposed to have he has an actual Padawan, he's a Jedi Knight, and he has an apprentice.
How?
And he's like the dumbest.
How did the council approve this?
Exactly. That's another argument. You want to talk? I'm rapid firing here.
Right.
Where the heck is Yoda in all this, dude?
Right.
Because
well, he's
Yoda
in the council, yeah. So
he's in the council, and if you're telling me this is a big enough threat to say, ain't no Jedi just gets murdered,
right?
And any time of Star Wars, whether this is the High Republic or even if you jumped all the way forward, you
gotta keep in mind
that would not be that'd be a big deal.
Keep in mind that no one had gotten killed. Okay, for all the criticisms from episode 1, right? Let's go back to episode 1. As soon as Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan get back to Coruscant, it's like, hey, Queen Amidala, go do whatever you need to do with the Senate. I need to go talk to the council about this dude that we encountered in the desert, because it's like they need to know, right?
Right, it's that high up.
Yeah. So that's how this should operate. It's like, yo, this happened. We found out that someone killed a Jedi somehow. We don't know. Council needs to get involved because we need
Council
to figure it out.
has to get involved. This is too high level of a thing to happen for everyone to be as chill as they are.
Right.
And so yeah, the one master Jedi that is, basically presiding over the investigation is a character from the High Republic books. I am not reading those books. I'm not too familiar, but it's kind of cool that they try to bring lore and it's like, oh, look, we're bringing out a book character to life, whatever.
Right.
But even with all of that, I don't mind that character being there. I'm just saying, like, to your point, there is an absolute fact. Yoda led the council from the High Republic on. Why the heck is he not involved in it? Like, that's Star Wars. This is not just storytelling. That's Star Wars, So if you're gonna play within the sandbox, you gotta play by the rules. But that's where it just shows you that these people are probably good, in show creation and good at putting together projects and understand behind the scenes and what goes into these parts. But when it comes to the actual lore, that's where I think the biggest issues are going to have with this show, man.
And this is kind of like the same problem that She-Hulk had. Going back to She-Hulk being the best example for everything ever, or the worst example, however you want to take it.
Right.
Because clearly these people put out a show. They were competent.
Yes.
They put out a show. They wrote it. They put it out. They did the thing, right?
Yeah.
And it got approved by Kevin, or someone approved it, right?
Yeah.
So.
Chapek.
Yeah.
Probably.
But they didn't understand the character. They didn't understand Daredevil. They didn't understand She-Hulk. Clearly, right? We know what's up with that. But yeah, I mean, it's whatever. Like it
But
needs
here's the
right.
thing though, dude. It's better than She-Hulk so far for the first two. Now
We
remember
lasted two.
that's the thing, right? That's the key. I got two episodes here. What happened after that? Now remember, remember, if you're in the behind the scenes of Hollywood, the first episode is the pilot. That is what helps you to actually get funding for the rest of the projects. I don't know exactly how Lucasfilm structures, but I'm assuming that when they did the pilot, they already knew it was going to be greenlit for the rest
Right.
of it. There's always a chance it could be killed, regardless. Still, so I would say like you could tell from the first episode they have something good enough there that absolutely they can build upon. It had a little bit of like even Star Wars Rebels to it. Like I want to talk about positives for a second. Like I had a little bit of like that Star Wars Rebels feelings where it was like, this isn't as good as Clone Wars, but there may be something here.
Okay.
Like there's stuff with this where you're like, you know what? It exists in its own world. The things that I mentioned, there's things that are still fixable with this. There are things about this that can still get me there, Star Wars. But in an environment where I'm watching this show with absolute Star Wars deep sweats, who are all like, I'm with people dressed in full costumes, t-shirts. They literally, Disney said, hey, for our social media, can everyone ignite their lightsabers and we take a picture, whatever? I mean, people were ready. You're expecting, okay, when this thing goes on, and there's going to be moments people are going to be clapping and cheer. I mean, we even got that with the sequel trilogy. I don't know when you went to theaters how it was, but that's what
Yeah.
happened with me, dude. The moment that, I mean, people
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
let's go, right? Certain things happen. You don't get any of those moments with this. You don't have moments to me that made me go, I can't stand this. How could they make that choice that would made me completely angry? But there was nothing that made me go, I love this. Oh my gosh, they did this moment and this thing. And I think that's what's missing is a little bit of the Star Wars magic. But I cannot lie to you and pretend like I watched these first two episodes and thought this is a trash TV show. It's actually pretty well put together. I'll continue on and tell you what happens next week.
Okay. Yeah. 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 I can't wait for that update.
Yeah.
On the flip side, sir, I watched a film.
Godzilla.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
knew it. I was hoping you'd see
Yes.
this.
Uh, Dang it. It's probably the best movie I've seen in the last like 10, 15 years, maybe. Godzilla Minus One. Dude, this
I'm telling
freaking
you.
movie is absolutely phenomenal. Like, absolutely phenomenal. This is
Yeah.
like S tier, one of the best movies I've seen. In when I finish when I end up when I finished the movie, um, I was trying to put together something to say on the podcast, and um, this movie is the Godzilla equivalent of The Dark Knight Rises, where
Okay. Yeah.
it's really a cop crime drama that Batman happens to be in it. And this is a post World War II Japanese recovery, country, the country rebuilding, that Godzilla happens to be in it.
Right.
But it is so good. Like
Right.
everyone is so good. All the characters are incredible. Like this is one of the like pet peeves. Like it happens with all the not the classic Godzilla ones, but like the 70s, 60s, late 60s, 70s Godzilla. It happens with Gamera. It happens with Ultraman. It happens with a lot of Japanese shows where there's
Yeah.
always that one insufferable character. Like this movie, like straight up, everyone is good. It's incredible. Did you watch it when you watched it in the movie theater? Was it in Japanese or was it dubbed?
No
It was
Japanese.
Japanese? Okay.
Yeah. With
Um,
subtitles.
yeah, yeah. The dude, like, it's so good. Koichi's such a great character because he's so like
I
he's a
know.
broken man, dude, and the fear commitment and all these things, and Noriko, another, everyone's great, dude. The boat crew, the doc is an MVP,
Yeah.
bro. Everyone. Even the freaking Tachibana, which at the beginning was like, oh no, it's your fault that they're dead. You could have done, you could have killed it, and you didn't. And like spoilers, we're gonna go into my mild spoilers because I'm not gonna go too crazy because I want people
Yeah.
to watch this freaking movie. You
They,
like
I don't care if you say you don't like Godzilla. It's just a good movie. I've heard other people saying this that they're like, I don't usually watch those movies,
it's
but this
not.
is really
It
good.
is really good.
It doesn't
It
matter.
is. This movie's incredible.
The
It
other
is
it makes the other
incredible.
movies look like Fast and Furious. And like
Right.
this is like,
Oh, right,
you
right, right,
know,
right, right.
but this is for real, for real.
No, this is the yeah, this is legit. I really, really like it, man. And this movie
Yeah.
was crazy, dude. It was so good. Like I have no negatives. Like if any, um, no, man. Like I'm thinking back, I was like, I have no negatives, honestly. So good. Everyone's so like again, it's like it's rare where you have a movie where all the characters are great in their own right.
Right.
Um, and at the same time you have, you know, the threat and you have the, you know, the scale and all that. It's phenomenal, dude. Like I've giggled like a schoolgirl. In the you probably know the scene.
I know the
You
scene.
know the scene. You know the
I know the
scene.
scene. Yeah.
Yeah,
I did.
When Nori
I
goes
went
in the
crazy.
train
Yes,
and you
yes, yes.
hear the footsteps and she looks back.
Mhm.
Oh, and I was like, I freaking lost it, bro. I was like,
Yeah, dude.
"Ah."
Yeah, dude.
It's
I
so
went
good.
crazy too when I saw some of the movie. Trust me.
Oh, it was so good, dude. The atomic breath. Talk about an atomic breath.
Oh, so
talk,
good.
talk about an atomic breath, dude.
So good.
Like I want, like again, I really like because the first Godzilla movie kind of almost tried to do something similar to this,
Yes.
where you know you got someone that's suffering from PTSD from a loss because Godzilla or what, you know, the Muto or whatever caused it, right? And but you don't get the payoff because they killed him off in, you know, 25 minutes in. And then you get his son's character, which no fault to, you know, Aaron Johnson or whatever his name is, right? Um, he's just that he didn't have the same um I guess motivations that his dad had.
Right.
You know, it's fine, but like that, and that's I think that's the closest movie that, you know, to this one. I mean, uh, um, is totally different, right? Let's say it's a uniquely totally different monster. Let's leave it there.
Yeah.
But you know, you know they freaking turned Godzilla into Cell from Dragon Ball, and I love it, and I'm all here for it. And I was like, oh, this is great, dude. It's freaking Cell. It's just giant Cell. This is like Cell Max from superhero. Um, but it's so good, man. Like it's like I'm blown away, dude. Like the everything, like cinematography, sound design, special effects. Like there's lessons to be learned with this movie for sure. Like they, um, you know, and again, and this goes to like the budgets and the budgets when it comes to both special effects and paying the actors here. It's just gotten like it's you know it's astronomical. And I know that though, and I know we've talked about it. It's like, and we agree to disagree to some extent on that. Um, but man, this movie, dude, it's just insane. Like you guys gotta watch this. I'm not gonna go into spoilers because it's like everyone deserves to go watch this movie, like straight up.
I just want to bring out the fact like how you were just talking about people getting paid and take care of. This film's budget was 10 to 12 million dollars
Hmm.
allegedly. How is it that we have shows like She-Hulk? I'm not trying to dunk on it every time.
I'm gonna
Over
buy a
two
She-Hulk figure and go like this
over
every time.
oh, I'm triggered.
Triggered.
$200 million. Obed, the Acolyte has allegedly double the budget of Kenobi. How the heck is this thing 10 to 12 million dollars and it's putting movies with 10 times the amount of budgets, some even 20 times the amount of the budgets to shame in quality And this isn't just like, oh, they did a lot with a little. Like this, you
you
can
can,
tell me
yeah.
otherwise. It looks good.
You can tell where they spend the movie, where they
Yeah.
spend the money in, right? Because like when it comes to like the sets, there's not many.
Hmm.
There's the house, and
Repeating
there's the
sets.
boat,
Yeah.
and there's the government office.
But keeping it simple is what makes it better. You don't have to do so
Keeps it
much.
real, right?
You don't have to do
Yeah,
so
it
much. Some of them are
grounds it
doing too
too.
much.
Yeah, and it grounds it because it's like you're living, like they have to go through like, you know, again the rebuild of Japan after World War II. So it was, dude,
Yeah.
this movie is so good.
Crazy.
Like it is like no joke. Like I cried at the end, right? It's like it was
Oh, it's
so
powerful.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
The reveal and
Yeah,
yeah.
the reveal, and then the oh snap! It's like this
Yeah.
thing from this other movie, and then you get the thing at the end, and it's like, oh yeah, it's freaking Cell, and
Yes.
yeah, so
Yes.
yeah, so good, man. Like I highly recommend it. Like I'm not, yeah, like I'm usually you know me, like it's like even if it's great, I'm like yeah, sure, let's go watch it. No, like this movie's legit. It's the real deal. Um, I mean, surely, like this is like an old school Godzilla's like dream come true. Like watching this movie, right? Because it is kind of like a remake of the first movie, like in which
Yeah.
they tend to like repeat the same story over and over again with a different um
Protagonists
yeah,
and set
I get a
piece.
different take, but I think that the fact that they made it, they made this movie like right at when we're like, oh yeah, we got this thing, the war ended, like we lost, like the Americans won, right? And and having to and setting the movie there, it's like when he comes back, it's like house is destroyed, parents are dead. Hey, my neighbor, oh yeah, like my husband and my kids are dead, like everyone's freaking dead, dude.
Right.
It was the freaking war, right? So and it's very, like not for the faint of heart, right? Because it's like
Oh, it's heavy.
it really it's heavy, but
Yeah.
but they do it in a way that it's very relatable too. Like they don't pander to
Nope.
like the like I like the neighbor, right? Like it was like, oh, this is gonna be she's gonna be the insufferable character. Nope,
Nope.
she
Nope.
another MVP.
Yes. Yes.
So
They don't have
it's
to sensationalize it.
right,
You understand the emotions of each
right,
person, and then you go with it.
yeah. And if you've watched other movies, other Japanese movies specifically, right, that are set
Mm.
at the end of World War II, um, it's refreshing
Yeah.
because a lot of the movies that they said in that time period, um, people are so scarred by the war that they like they don't hate just their lives, they'll hate your life too, right?
Right.
And and I think that they started like that with like the neighbor, right? Um, but then she comes around right after she finds out what Koichi did to help Noriko and Akiko. So, oh, so freaking good. I can keep talking about it, dude. Yeah, we got tons of stuff to talk about. Joe, last Monday, not a Freudian slip this time. I had the opportunity to go back to Epcot.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right.
He's
Uh,
back.
okay.
Since they've done more updates, not
Well,
fully done, but
here's my short take. Um, as someone who Epcot until probably the late 2010s was his absolute favorite place in the world. Um, it is unacceptable that I went 2.5 years ago and there's still walls around.
yeah, it's
Like
Disney,
what
man.
the heck, dude? Like
They're
this is
slow.
unacceptable. Unacceptable. Like that community core building's really small too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. Um,
They downsized it. It was supposed to be bigger originally.
yeah, yeah. Well, the original. So, you know, I'm not gonna say it. Screw it. Let put just you can just call me a Disney hater. I don't care. Um, Yeah, bro, this is a freaking waste of money. Whatever they did in Epcot, it's a waste of money. It was 100 times better how it was before. Community Court Plaza, the innovations area, Fountain of the Nations. It was better. This thing's dumb. Like you could have added trees and planters and added the Walt Disney statue and gotten probably and saved yourself $100 million.
Would this be a Josh D'Amaro thing though, right? There's more people than that,
I don't
but
know
like
who
he'd be probably
greenlit.
one of the
I
main.
think Chapek greenlit it back when he was
Okay.
in charge of parks. Yeah.
Yeah.
This reeks of Chapek.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's bad. Like I'm sorry, right? The music is bad. The new plaza is bad. Like it's sterile. Like it has no dynamism like the innovations plaza was. The fountain's gone. That's a huge miss. I know that the cost of you could have probably upkept that fountain for the next 15 years for what you paid here. Okay, Journey of Water. My kid loved it,
Yeah.
but
very,
it's a
very
5 minute
simple.
thing. It
Yeah.
it really it doesn't really do anything for me, man. Like
It's
I
also
don't,
a weird placement too,
yeah.
like where it is.
We couldn't find it. Like I had to go around. I was like, "Wait, this is across Nemo." I was like, "What the heck?" Um, it's like it doesn't do anything for me, right? It's it's just not great. Um, man, I am so disappointed. And then we rode Soren, and then Soren at the end goes through the Interventions Plaza. I was like, no, why?
What used to be,
What used to be?
Yeah.
See, I don't know, man. That Wonders of Life Pavilion is still there, like rotten, because it's like there's no pathway to. They blocked the pathway, right? It's still blocked off, but you can still see the building. Um, it's sterile. It's just not fun. I I'm gonna get in trouble, man. I don't. I the music's bad. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Like when they did the new World Discovery music when that went live, I saw a post of LinkedIn from the composer who happens to be female. I don't. And it's not my fault, right?
Yeah.
Just like, oh yeah, it's great to see that my music, awesome to hear my music playing on Epcot and World Discovery or whatever. This music's not good. I'm sorry. It's not fun. It's just like an ethereal thing, and it's really like boring. It's just boring. That's the word. That's the word. It's just boring, dude.
I
It's
think
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't I mean I love how like Candor, because I think like where you come from is where a lot of people feel is like there's something about old Disney, and it really stopped like the moment they started making certain changes like 2019 beyond, like that's when like it all really changed for the worse. And it's not just even like we're not on movies, we're talking about the parks even just alone. For me, I'm probably not as passionate about, but I also haven't been around the product as long as you have in the same way. Like you literally, I've spent way more hours there than I have. In like remembering what was and how it was, where I've had limited interactions over the years. Um, but I will 100% agree with your sentiment of specifically between the entrance to where the fountains are, on that premise of that specific thing alone, to know for how long. I mean, that was years of them taking of having that all shut blocked out, and just being supposedly this huge upgrade to the front of the park.
Right.
And which is when your main, like when you enter a park, that's like a first impression kind of thing. And it is extremely underwhelming when you really really think about it, because you're like, okay,
It's
like
all
if you didn't know any,
white.
yeah, like if you didn't know any better, if it's your first time coming there, you probably wouldn't feel as passionate personally. You'd probably be like, okay, sure, whatever. It's a park.
Right.
It's clean, it's nice, whatever. But if you knew for what it was, when it was like you had a water fountain show, like kind of thing, and it was just I didn't like the tombstones. I think that's a great update that they took the
Oh, right, right,
tombstones
right,
out.
right. Yeah.
Like there's things about it. Like I love the lights that they put on the actual spaceship Earth, and that
No,
they
yeah,
have the
right,
old show music kind of going, putting with that, with the lights going around the side, stuff like
right.
that. There's things like about that
There's
I
there's
like.
there's there's elements, right? But like,
But to
yeah,
agree with your sentiment, like you didn't have to pay the amount of money they did for something that you're like, wait, that's it? That's all they're
didn't
doing?
have to have a
You know?
creator there for 4 years
Yeah, exactly,
to do what
exactly.
you did when Universal's
Yeah.
doing a whole new theme park in the same time amount
Whew,
of time. It's insane,
whew.
dude, insane.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
so, like,
But it has evolved and changed
oh,
because like they had the play pavilion stuff. Like no one knows that that's
the
gonna happen.
the more I think about it, the more depressed I get, and it's really
Yeah,
sad. It really really is.
sure.
Like I get it, right? The best way I could put this is I'm sure you've seen the meme with the girl with the rainbow hair and her sister with the black hair and then black clothes in the
Yeah,
car, and that's
yeah.
exactly what it is. It's like, yeah, Epcot before the construction, after the construction. It's
Right, right,
super dull.
right,
It looks nice, but it's super dull.
right,
And
right.
but versus I was like the Epcot was just fun, and then um okay, so we ate at Connections again.
Yep.
Um, that's probably like the only redeeming thing is that again the food in that place is better than your average, is way better than your average theme park
That's
food
Epcot in
for the
general.
price. Yeah,
Epcot has better food.
right. And it's good.
Yeah.
Food is good. Now, does it have like neon umbrellas and just like crazy stuff from the 90s? No. It's a Starbucks, you know. And it's not even one of the like the themed like nice Starbucks. It's just a Starbucks, right? And I think that's the problem with it, right? Um, yeah, the other like the '90s interventions thing was dated, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But at the
Yep.
same time, you're not here. Okay, I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw it. Disney, what are you doing? So okay, here and again, right? If you know why I'm so upset about this, right? And why and we were having a conversation not related to Disney before we went live about this. Um, have you not seen the trend of like people loving retro stuff? Have you not seen
Yeah.
vinyl sales and CD sales and cassette sales
It's
and people
insane.
buying Blu-rays and people buying VHS players and Godzilla Minus One being out on VHS? Have you not seen how much people like retro stuff? Why not just make
Corded
it?
headphones are back. I
Corded
mean,
headphones are
it's like
back.
random.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, why are you like who? Like who's doing these projections like at Disney, honestly? Like I know that this was probably a Chapek thing, right? And we just have to deal with it, unfortunately. At least they took out that really bad like uh, uh, fireworks show. We didn't stay until the end, but um it was I don't know, man. Like who's doing the planning? Like who like what people do you have there like looking at like data, right? It's like and not even looking at data, right? Because that's the problem. That's the whole problem. Like you look at that data. Oh, data's predicting that people will like nothing, and let's go ahead and turn Epcot into nothing. so people will love it. But no, it's like they completely missed the point that the charm of that park was it actually being retro at the time when you started the construction. And,
I hear where I hear where you're coming
right.
from. I still think like you need to have upgrades. I just
There's
think it's the
some upgrades.
personality. I think it's the
Is
I don't know if
that
it's
right?
necessarily that it's retro necessarily as much that it's just because Disney does tend to like pull a lot on nostalgia. I feel like
Right.
that's like one of their bread and butters. And some might even say that was like Harmonious, the show that they had before. Like that was one of their main things. Like here's all the old songs, like stuff like that. But like I think there's something to be said about just like personality
That's the
because
thing. Yeah.
like having the having the neon floors and the purple thing, like nobody I can tell you when I was there for like a couple years before they shut that down, like nobody ate in that area. The food wasn't that good.
Food wasn't
it,
that
it,
good.
it didn't
Right.
smell very nice. It probably did at one time, but it just felt like this is like not
No.
the cool
It
part. Let's go to the
no.
cool part and eat over here.
Right.
And so it needed to have something more vibrant. I think what they did, and that part is cool, but like I
Right.
agree. Personality doesn't feel like if I walked in there and I didn't walk through the Disney pearly gates, I might just think that I was just in a
It's
really
just
nice food court
exactly.
at a mall, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's a nice mall." That's what I kind of have always felt about Epcot more recently, where I'm like, it's one of the least theme parks. I always say that all the time. Like, it's some parts of the festivals, and I don't really go to Epcot going, "I'm gonna go ride rides," even though they have some good ones. I mean, I think
Right.
Guardians is cool and whatever, but I agree. Disney personality as a whole, it's missing some of that like adventure and
Yeah. 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 They're like
as you're a
that's
kid,
what I
how would you
think.
see it?
Right.
Like if you're
Yeah.
a kid walking in
Did
there, do you feel this? I don't
Totally.
know.
Totally. And I would have. You know what? And I haven't asked my daughter about how she felt
Yeah,
about it. Right.
yeah,
But like it's like it does nothing for a kid. Right. Oh, there's a geosphere. That's awesome, right? But then after that, there's nothing up until you
yeah,
get to like the rides. Before you got the fountain, like and then everything's
yeah.
static now. Nothing moves, right? Before you had the fountain, you have the moving things around the interventions. You had the board. You had the
Sure.
canopy, right? That there were like it was dynamic. Um, it felt like it was moving, like it was
Mm,
living. Now
mm.
it just it
The
feels
floor would
like
light up. There's some cool stuff,
like
man.
there's more dynamism
Yeah.
at Lake Eola Park than there is at Epcot right now.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Uh, dude, they got a fountain.
He really loves his fountain, guys.
No.
Don't be triggered about the water.
It's moving, and that's the thing that there's no movement. Everything's static. Everything's white and open. It feels like you know what? You know what that plaza feels like? It feels like when you go to one of the like the war memorials in DC.
Yeah, I guess I felt to me it felt more like a college university campus, like a new university campus. Like, okay, I've
I
got
could
my
see
food
that.
court over here, the gift shops over here.
Oh,
I actually felt like it's a nice area that I could take my laptop and probably work out of that area if I wanted to, as long as it's not seeping hot as it is always in Florida.
oh yeah, yeah.
But like I said, but like it could be like, oh, let me go get some fresh air and do my homework out here. That's kind of like the aesthetic I got from it. Very university.
Yeah,
Very university.
it's boring.
Which is why I'm
I'm
saying
so
the kid
sorry, man.
element side of it. I do think it's
It's
missing.
really unfortunate because again, that I used to say when back when I was a cast member that
Yeah.
I could pitch a tent and live at Epcot.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
I loved it. Now it's just boring. I would rather stay home. So it's what it is, man. This guy's honestly
Oh man.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's again mind boggling to me. Like the
Gonna
destruction
have a chance at another one over
they
here.
destroyed the panel. Well, I'm gonna have more chances to talk about that
Yep.
because we bought the 3 day Florida resident ticket.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
go back. I'm gonna go to Studios in Magic Kingdom, sometime in the summer. I'm just waiting for not for it not to be scolding hot.
Yeah.
We managed not to go either like yesterday or today, so that's why we planned it. We went Monday when the weather was good. It was still hot, but it wasn't too crazy. Um, and again, it's unfortunate because they have the best ride in Disney World. Guardians is probably the best ride at Disney World. Like I really love that ride.
Yeah, it's great.
And I was able to get a pass, no problem. We waited like 10 minutes inside, dude. It was great.
Yeah, that ride moves well.
Yeah, and then like we did all the major ones except Ratatouille. That line was too long, and I was like, it was fine last time we went. Then didn't do anything crazy for me either. So, man, I'm sad.
Yeah.
They took it away from me. And now
We got a lot more to talk about on the show.
there's no going back. I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, so that segue into the approval of Disney's expansion
We got another chance.
by Florida. So go ahead, dude. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, we've treaded lightly upon it, but it's no hidden story that Florida, the state of Florida, specifically government officials, have been having their interesting battles with Disney as a business, as an entity. But as we all know, money is a great way to solve a lot of problems, and I think that's what seemed to happen here.
Right.
And the long story of the short of it is, over the last couple months, Iger has been campaigning for the ability to get approved through some funding efforts and through some other political efforts to try and get the approval process for Disney to build a fifth theme park, along with some other projects as well. And they just got the approval yesterday to technically begin working on the project of having a fifth brand new Disney theme park, as well as two other minor attractions that there's also being worded as. This would be kind of in the same vein as like a Typhoon Lagoon or something like that. Something that's like, it's not a huge theme park.
Could it be an expand? Could it be park expansions?
It could be. It just was worded as like two separate, independent,
Two separate,
like little
smaller.
things. So
Yeah.
it could be, people. It's also been compared to like a Disney Springs. There's been a couple people have tried to dive into what that really is. So there's a lot going around it over the next 10 years.
Sorry to interrupt. There was I remember that there was a proposed like shopping area next to the Four Seasons that never happened. And it was supposed to be like high-end stores, like, kind of like Mall Millennia almost. So that could be one.
Exclusive.
Yeah. And that's old. I remember those were rumors back when I was a cast member. It's been 14 years.
Well, hey, you never late than never.
Right.
But this thing might take 10 years. So that's what's basically the gist of it. We don't know the exact timeline of when, what, but we just know that on the basis of funding alone,
Right.
that this is something that will be moving forward. There will be a fifth theme park coming to Disney World. This has all been cleared the runway. Obed, what do you think the fifth theme park's gonna be? What's your reaction?
Man, like I told my wife, she's like, "What is it gonna be about, or what are they gonna do?"
Yeah,
I mean, they can't do Marvel, like, because they're spreading it around, and then Universal still has that, the contract, exclusivity in perpetuity or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They already did their Star Wars land. I mean, do they need another park? Yes. The short answer is yes, right? This is their opportunity, Joel. If there is someone with any kind of vision at Disney, that you go and you license. You go after what's hot out there and you license it out. Disney can no longer support itself on the power of their old IPs. You need to license IPs to be on your property. Universal understood that very early on, and look at how well they're doing. You need to do that. So you need to mix it up, right? You need to mix up your Disney IPs with other stuff that's not Disney. And that's the reality of it, right? My daughter don't care for princesses. Yeah. But I told her that there's a Dragon Ball park opening in Saudi Arabia, and she's like, why does it have to be so far? Like, yeah.
What? Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So that Like princesses don't sell anymore. Like it's crazy that I saw like 3 little girls with princess dresses at Epcot. Like
Yeah,
that
and
that's not
that
a
had
thing
been like
anymore.
10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
That's why they did the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique at Magic Kingdom
yeah,
because that was the thing. Like
yeah,
you're going to have your full Cinderella experience
bro.
and be the
15 years
belle of the
ago, that was
ball.
nuts, dude.
That was
Nuts.
huge. It
Yeah.
was huge.
Now,
It
no,
ain't like that
okay.
anymore. Now
No,
it's like, can I build a lightsaber at Hollywood Studios?
right,
And the girls want to do it too. But when you said about the IPs specifically, like saying like things that are trending, I think it's even an opportunity for things that maybe haven't had a look at it in a while, things that have been existing, but they're not the hot thing necessarily. I'm not saying that they're not doing well, but like they're not getting the name attention. I'm talking about things like Sega that you talked about
right,
before. Like it's an opportunity where you can help. I'm not saying that it needs to be elevated, but give it the platform to have the love and nostalgia come back for it
dude.
that it has in other parts and other areas around the world.
Do a Kingdom Hearts thing.
Right. Oh yeah, exactly. I think more
No brainer.
adults, teen to adult, like young adult style park is something that they're gonna probably need. And I'm not saying that they can't do things for kids. It's always been their thing. It's family friendly.
Right.
That's why they're not doing like the Hulk coaster and things
No,
like that, right?
totally.
But like I do think they need to find like how you were saying, whether that's like good into gaming. They don't what if your park has like you can have some of your own stuff, your Wreck-It Ralph or whatever. But like their park says like we're going to literally capture the next generation of Disney fans. We got our Fortnite deal. We got like a Sega like how can we push some of these things as well other things for everyone else?
Right.
That's the route I would go.
No,
But
totally. Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think that. Yeah, I just don't think that their IPs resonate as well as they do. Like people still go to the parks, right? It doesn't matter, right?
yeah, it's a good time.
But it's like you're gonna when you have like what Universal's doing, right? It's like Big Hero 6. Do something Big Hero 6 here.
I know.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
So
Acknowledge that. It's such a great movie.
yeah. So that could be one, right? That could be a good
Yes.
start. Um
Kind of Marvel, kind of not.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, man.
Get some of the
It's
Hulu properties. They have some rights into Hulu.
do a
Dude,
Predator, right?
the Predator. I was thinking the same thing. It's great. Yeah. Prey is so. Have you seen Prey yet? I forgot.
I
We
haven't
talked
seen
about
it. I
this.
haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I
No,
don't have
man, you are
Hulu.
robbing
I don't have
yourself.
Hulu yet. Yeah, I
Get
don't.
a
A
trial
trial.
subscription. Dude, you are robbing yourself in an
Oh
experience.
man.
You just
Yeah.
talk about Godzilla and
Bring
stuff,
aliens
man. Come
back.
on.
Like
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
the great movie right anymore. So bring aliens back.
Man, come on,
Um.
Disney. Call us.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
We're just throwing stuff out for free right now.
Yeah, we're just giving you ideas for free. I saw a really good video the other day, man, and I forgot the name of the channel because I wanted to shout it out because it's not the quote or the sentiment behind this is not it's not me. It's something that I had heard from another video. But remember a few weeks ago when you were talking about someone asking Chapek about how do you react to Epic Universe? It's like, oh, we've been building for the last 10 years.
Iger. Yeah,
So
yeah.
so the video put it in this way. It's like that's a lie. That was your reaction to Harry Potter Land when
Ooh.
they caught you off guard and started stealing your cookies, and then now with this is your reaction to Epic Universe, right?
Yeah, that's
And,
true. But they probably couldn't say it then either. He had to use that as his premise of this is our shield because they didn't know this would be greenlit yet.
and
This has
it's,
probably been years. This has been years in the
I
making, dude.
know, but it's really frustrating, man.
Chapek slowed everything down. We know
Oh,
this.
yeah,
He
and I,
messed
and
up.
I
He
know
set,
that
he set them back like 5 years,
the
dude.
pandemic did too, right? For sure, right? Because Epic
Oh yeah,
Universe was supposed to open like the beginning of this year, um,
right.
but at the same time, it's like, man, talk about mistakes, dude.
Yeah,
It's like, how the heck did this guy ended up as CEO and just messed like yes, sent everything back like 5 years?
I would say so. I think by
Incredible.
closer to 2030, you're gonna see a
It's like
return to Disney form if they make the right steps.
I don't know, man. It's mind boggling. Like and again, there's people who really care, but you know, Data, right? It's like
Yeah,
it's funny because no, I don't wanna. I don't want to get
yeah.
it. I don't want to get into the
I
weeds,
know our
but I
Disney
know
tangents can happen and
it's
stuff.
yeah, crazy tangents can happen. Right? That's this is good for our Patreon, right?
I think so. I think
If you start
so.
subscribing to Patreon, guys, we're gonna start putting in content, and we're
Plug
gonna
it.
put some of these things in perspective in there, and not really like on the YouTube channel because could get PG-13. So, but yeah, I mean it's good that it's approved, right? What are they gonna do? They got a plan, dude, and they got to plan ahead, and they need someone with vision that can know, not only lead the project, right, and
Yeah.
not only design these things, right, because that's there's designers and there's managers and all that, but someone that can take a piece of paper
Yeah.
and draw a park and say this is what I want, 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 make it happen, right? And if it don't make it happen, okay, so this one's not gonna happen, then go for this one, right? So and you need someone that knows not only the Disney IP but what's going on outside of Disney
Yeah.
that
I
can
have a
Disney can
pulse on the
partner with
community.
and bring in to their properties. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's a Kingdom Hearts movie or series happening. This is a great opportunity to create some synergy there. So I don't know, man. We shall see. Uh, Joe, there are. Oh wait, this one's a quick one. Venom, The Last Dance.
Yeah.
They released a trailer and it looks fine. I haven't watched Carnage yet. It looks fine. It's
Oh yeah, sure. You haven't seen the second
yeah.
one, so that's literally like my whole premise of reaction to it. People had reached out to me in different places, some people we work with, other people I know stuff. Hey, what do you think about this? And I'm like, it's Venom. Like it's the same. It's hitting the same beats as all the other ones. I think the first one so far is the best one. The second one I didn't like as much as the first,
Okay.
but even the second one I still found to be quite entertaining. To be honest with
All
you,
right.
it's short. It's like 90 minutes. Andy Serkis does his thing. He understands how to properly use the visual effects for these stuff. There's some weird Venom stuff that you expect to get in a Venom movie, and like they understand the genre of it. This one is interesting because I believe it is a first-time director, to my understanding. I believe it's the same person who was writing the other ones that actually now is stepping into directing,
Oh.
which gives me a little, Simon Kinberg,
Uh,
Age of Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix feelings when, you had a singer step out and then you had this guy going to direct. It's like he'd never directed anything, produced tons of great stuff, but
right.
just couldn't direct. So hopefully, there won't be too many issues on the production side of it, but narratively, it should be on the same beats because the same people involved. As like I was laughing, Obed. Like there's jokes
Yeah.
in these trailers. I was like, this is what I expect. This is not cinema. You want to go watch that? Go watch Dune. Okay. You want to
Minus
watch
one.
that? Go watch -1, right? Those are the movies that like they're trying to go hot and heavy and carry all these big messages and themes. They're not trying to teach us to become better citizens here. It's an alien, a symbiote that is taking control of
It
a
needs
human
people. Yeah.
and eats people. That's all it is. And so, yes, like could this be a TV movie? Sure. I'm not telling people to go out and spend their money, but I'm just saying for the genre it is, it makes sense. And I to be honest with you,
Yeah.
I thought some of it was funny.
I haven't watched.
So yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched like full breakdowns, but I did see that there are references to Garfield's Spider-Man.
Yes, and a lot of people are wondering, like, oh, is this really the last dance? Because out of all the Sony Spider-Man stuff outside of your Holland world,
Right.
this one has been successful. Madame Web fails, all these other one fails. There's got to be more here.
There is, and there's got to be because they're clearly in the MCU when they're capturing the sample because that's
Oh
the
yeah,
bar
yeah.
from No Way Home.
But then you get Chiwetel Ejiofor, who is Baron Modo
Right.
in Doctor Strange, who is in here not Baron Modo. So I mean, but there's people who are joking. They're like, maybe it is him, and they're just like they're
Yeah.
teasing you. They make you think it isn't him, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of fun possibilities.
Right. Yeah. They're definitely. Yeah. So no, it looks fun. I don't know if Carnage is available somewhere. It's probably on like Tubi or something. It's probably on
Yeah,
Crackle. I'll check it
yeah,
out. I'll see if I can just check it out.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it looks fun. But Sean Levy, um, is allegedly in talks to direct the next Avengers movie. There's also some more info about that. Sir, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Sean Levy, who's obviously, like I said, just directed this new Deadpool movie that has not hit theaters and will hit in July 26th. He is, according to Deadline here, which I believe to believe, I fully believe this because of the source, that
Right.
he is the front runner that Marvel Disney want to come in and direct the next Avengers film. That's not Secret Wars. Specifically, the King Dynasty one is going to be retitled. We do know that was also confirmed, I believe, by Deadline earlier in the year.
Right.
It's not King Dynasty anymore. It's going to be another movie. So whatever that movie is, that's the one that they want Levy for. I now like obviously we all expected Deadpool to have great ties into whatever the next Avengers thing is. The other news that came out of this is, they are also meeting with other directors too. There was reports going around that Jordan Peele was meeting with Marvel about directing something. Is that
Right.
Avengers film? Is that something else? We don't know. But like it is a huge project, and having someone that has a relationship with Ryan Reynolds, that Ryan Reynolds and him do, I'm Free Guy, and all these other ones that they keep working together on.
Right.
Could he bring him in now
Free
to get
Guy's
the right director?
surprisingly good.
Surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I think that that's a part of the shtick is like you get the actors happy that you want to bring in someone who's familiar with the property and do well. Now we don't know if this movie's going to do well or flop. Everyone's hyped about it, excited about it, but we've seen that song and dance before. So we'll just let it judge when it comes about. We'll see. But there's other reports, and I put this in our notes too a bit about how, they're saying that there may have over, not 60, but over 60 MCU characters that are going to be a part of this story. Your
Right.
main headliners leading the team being Thor, Loki, Doctor Strange, Nebula, Shang-Chi. These are supposedly the characters at the top. No mention of Spider-Man there, which I thought was wrong, but that's
Mm.
another conversation. Michael Waldron has turned in the script, so Sean Levy is reviewing the script before he makes a decision on if he's going to do it. But Marvel's not waiting for him to say yes before shopping it around. So it's nothing confirmed. He's attached to it by news, but not by contract. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. And they're saying what 2025 next year target begin filming, right?
Exactly. Early 2025 filming.
Okay. Yeah. No, we'll
And
we'll see.
supposedly they're supposed to film back to back with Secret Wars.
Interesting.
That was a rumor that was going on for a while that they are looking to fill the schedule 25, 26, like going through and just pull a Lord of the Rings style and just knock them all out, which
Gotcha.
is, where you start bringing characters back and having their schedules free makes sense.
What's scheduled for next year right now on Marvel?
Brave New World,
Fantastic Four,
Fantastic Four.
right?
I'm missing something else. I know TV show wise, they got the Iron Heart and something else. Is Blade next year?
Oh, I
That's
haven't.
been
That's been delayed like a
been
lot.
delayed so many times.
Yeah,
It could be.
I thought there
Yeah,
was something else, but
probably is.
yeah,
I'll fact check.
yeah, crazy man. I don't know. Yeah, they they gotta get back into the rhythm because it's
Thunderbolts,
oh,
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolt. Okay, there you go, there you go,
Yep.
there you go. So we got three. We got three. So
Which supposedly that's like gonna be the end of three. So they're trying to get back to two a year.
yeah, um, I think three's fine because you can do like an early year, you can do a summer, and then you can do a fall
As long
slash
as they're good.
holidays. Yeah, as long as they're good. Yeah, right. That's the thing. You gotta be able to find that rhythm. So
Yep.
cool. Joel, Summer Game Fest.
Here we
It's
go.
happening right now. We had the first event today. We're going to be having a lot more events over the weekend. There's events tomorrow. Sunday is the Xbox event, and then Monday there's a big Ubisoft event, and there's more stuff happening on Monday. So next week we'll have a full review or recap of everything. But let's talk about Jeff Keighley's show because that was today. I watched it live, and I thought it was fun. So they got some cool things that they announced. So I don't know where we get a Lego Horizons Adventures, which actually
Great.
looks really good.
Yeah,
The
it looks great.
Lego games, people sleep on them. These games are really good. Coming out on PS5 and Switch and PC.
This is the one that you let your kids play. The adults, we play our regular Horizon Forbidden Journey and whatever and stuff like that. But like, this is the one that you let the kids play, and you can probably play too, and probably as an adult still have fun. It looked charming.
Yeah, no, it looks good. This is you get your kids started with this one, and then you move on
And it's on the
to
Switch.
Zero
It's
Dawn.
perfect.
Yeah, and Horizon's a great property. Like, I know that there's people like out there like, but come on,
Yeah.
these games are like top tier, dude. Like, there's no like graphically, and make an open world that looks as good as that and runs well on a
Yeah.
PS4.
Ooh.
That it's this game is good. It's good. Both of them are phenomenal games. So yeah, just them bringing that sort of adventure back to I guess a smaller scale. Direct. I guess targeting the kiddos. Yeah, looks good. Looks cool. So it looks that looks fun. There's a Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. I don't think there hasn't been a standalone Quidditch game since like PS2. I don't think.
Yeah. And obviously with the popularity of Hogwarts Legacy, I mean it's not the same, but like
Right.
there's a demand for the IP, and so
Yep. That one coming out September 3rd. No date on Horizons. They say later this year. But September 3rd on this one, coming out on everything again. Not much to say. It's a Harry Potter Quidditch game. Looks fine.
right.
Um, the little game that this trailer made me chuckle, Cuff Bust, is kind of like escaping jail or whatever. Those little like cutesy mouse looking things. The trailer was hilarious. The trailer was really funny. It was I laughed. It looked good. Not my cup of tea. Probably a game that I won't
Me
ever
either.
play, but it looked charming. It looked like a like one of those like you play on Twitch just to have fun one night kind of thing. So
It's something you load up on the PC and just check it out. I mean, even at some extent, it almost looked like something you could play on an iPad, like if you have the right controls around it. Yeah, nothing too crazy.
yeah, yep. Sid Meier's Civilization 7. That is coming out next year. They announced that it is for the first time coming out simultaneously on PC and consoles, so that's a big deal. Civilization's huge games. Again, not my cup of tea, but I know that there are phenomenal games, and they do have their audience, loyal audience of that too.
Right,
So
right.
good stuff there. Joel, the one that made me squeal, I started screaming,
Take it away.
and friggin' uh, they show this animated thing with Street Fighter 6 characters, and 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 then they show Terry Bogard. It's like, no, Marvel's Capcom versus SNK is back, and I was like, oh man, I'm yelling, and then I was like, no, it's Terry and Meyer coming out on for Street Fighter 6. And they announced that Elena and M. Bison are going to be the next characters. M. Bison all busted up from the end of Street Fighter 5, I'm guessing, if you played the story mode. But the character redesign looks incredible. I'm really happy that they're bringing Terry and Mai, and the Elena redesign looks great too. So happy with the character choices there. Um, yeah, man, I gotta get back into that game for sure. Never finished that story mode. That thing was so long. I played it for like 3 hours. I was like, this thing don't end. It's like, yeah, it's like Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I'm like 90 hours, 92 hours in, and it won't end. I was like, no,
Yep, yep.
you was like, and no, I refuse. There's more stuff. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I started screaming, and just like we got like was it JV and Luke, and then Terry shows up, and I was like, oh my god, and then Mai shows up, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like happening. But the,
Another
and then I realized like, oh no, it's DLC. Well, it's fine. It's fine. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, I'm happy about that. Another one that I'm really excited about, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That has an official date of October 11th, coming out on everything except Switch. Maybe Switch 2 when it comes out. Um, But yeah, we got a finally a release date. I am getting this game. My daughter's been asking about it nonstop. Been playing, still playing fighters. So, uh, it'll happen. Uh, got a quick update on Fatal Fury: City of the Wolves. That's still scheduled to come out next year. Monster Hunter Wilds. This game still looks really, really good. Again,
Yeah.
we saw it on the State of Play, and here it
Yep.
is again. This game looks nuts. It looks really, really good. So, um, no date as of yet, but it is a game that I may try. I may try. I still haven't played World. I have World. I haven't played it because I had it on the when you buy the PS5 and you get all those
Yeah, it
PS
came
Plus
with.
games for free. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this looks real good. Metaphor Refantasio is basically Persona. This is a Persona team doing Persona on instead of a high school, it's a fantasy setting. Coming out same date as Dragon Ball, October 11th. For they only showed the Xbox logo on the show, but it's coming out on PS4, PS5, Xbox, and PC. So it's coming out on everything. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. They don't put that there. It's like I saw that logo. And it's like, though, what's Sega doing? And it's like, what are they gonna sell? 4 copies of this game to
Stop,
Xbox players, man?
No.
They don't care about our JRPGs, dude. It's proven. It's proven fact. That's gonna be real interesting on Sunday, dude. When they drop that bombshell that Halo's go. I think
That's
they're
man.
dropping it.
I think they're gonna have to say, "Hey, come into PlayStation and Xbox." Like,
Yeah, I think
how
they're
do you,
dropping it. Not only Halo, I think there's more stuff coming.
more? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
That's the big one that's kind of already been leaked ahead of time.
and again, which is insane that it just renders that uh podcast thing that they did like
Yeah.
useless. Like, why did they do that? It's like, I don't know. Um, Alan Wake 2 is getting DLC and is getting a physical version. Phantom Blade Zero, they showed gameplay. This game looks sick. Coming out PS5. PS5 confirmed. I don't know if it's coming on PC. But I think it's PS5 only as of now. It looks really, really good. It kind of reminds me a lot of Sekiro. Definitely my kind of game. So wouldn't
This
mind.
looks like something you'd play.
Yeah, wouldn't mind checking it out at all. Slitterhead, weird game. It seems like you're like a spirit and you can move around to different bodies to fight this grotesque looking
Yeah.
alien things. Weird stuff coming out November 8th, but it's nice. It was strange, very, very strange. Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Rita's Rewind, which is a brawler, 5-player brawler, featuring the classic Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. My daughter was with me watching the trailer. It's like, oh, that looks like Shredder's Revenge. I was like, yeah, it does. It's like it totally is like Shredder's
Right,
Revenge.
right.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
yeah.
like it's totally the same thing. Shredder's Revenge is so good though, so good. So we'll hopefully we can get that to that later on this year. That'll be a fun one to play on a stream. So
For sure.
if you see it on sale, Daryl, if you upgrade your PSN, grab it because
Okay,
it's
okay.
it's a good game. Good game. We can play that for sure. Be fun. Sonic X Shadows Generations or Sonic Cross Shadows, right? Generations.
Yeah.
Coming out October 25th. Sonic Generations, underrated game. The game's real good.
Yeah.
The game's real good. So, yeah, no, a lot of people are looking forward to this game. They're, I think it's great that they're actually, as far as I know, there's no Mario game coming out that date that's gonna kill it on sales. Because that's what happens last year with Superstars.
But isn't it November, like a month later, that you have the movie Sonic 3 coming out? And like in the old days, you would have had
Right.
a movie and a game
December
movie
for the
coming
movie,
out.
yeah.
So it's like as close as you're gonna get to it, really.
Totally. And then the game featuring Shadow, which is featured
Right.
in like it's totally
Right.
like
It's
see Sega's know what they're doing with their brand.
right.
Like
Right.
they know how to create brand synergy. Disney.
You're bringing back like you're bringing this something back that people really love and reintroducing and you're introducing something to those who don't know it.
Right, right. Valorant's coming to PC. I'm sorry, consoles. Finally, it's been only
Yeah.
but only been on PC
I
up
know.
until
I know
now.
many people that love this.
Yeah,
So this is big.
and we actually mentioned it. It's like, oh, is Valorant is on consoles the other day?
I
We were
know. 'Cause we
planning to
talked about
stream.
playing it.
Yeah, um,
Is it crossplay though? If it goes to these consoles, or
probably
is it
you're
gonna
probably
be?
gonna get killed if
Yeah,
you play
like your
against
first time
PC
coming out,
players. Yeah.
like they're gonna beat down on you. Like, oh, here comes the new people.
Here comes the PlayStation guys with their controllers, and we're over here with our glorious keyboard and mouse and just destroying everyone.
Glorious keyboard
With like
mouse.
it's like your custom keyboard with whatever
And then
switches you like to use.
you sodded new buttons on, and
Yeah,
you're-
exactly. Right,
these,
right.
these
Custom
guys.
mouse with a weight inside.
Great.
You put a weight inside your mouse, so it weights more. So yeah, man. Or
We know,
or
we
the
know.
opposite, or you make it like super light so you can just move around
Yeah.
quicker. Yeah, man.
No, we know.
Oh, very good. There's a couple more games that I wanted to mention. We got another trailer for Neva. This game looks really good. It's been made by a Spanish studio. And yeah, the game looks real pretty. Black Myth Wukong finally has a release date, August 20th, coming out on PS5 and PC. This game, I thought this game was out already on PC. I guess I was wrong. I think there was an early access thing on PC at some point. But yeah, this game visually looks incredible. So
All CG, the one that they gave though for this, so we don't really know what
yeah,
gameplay.
well
looks like.
they already showed gameplay of it.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, they confirmed that it's coming out, and then they showed another trailer for Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. There's another game that's right up my alley that I might not mind checking out. So yeah, that is just real quick what they had today. There was one more game. I'm going through the notes here that I thought I saw was coming out, but I guess I was wrong. It might have been a commercial or something. But I can't wait to see. Oh no, yeah, we saw the first reveal gameplay for Star Wars Outlaws,
Yeah.
and again, guys, it looked
Still
good.
looks good.
It looks good.
Attack us. I mean, you're allowed to your opinion.
Right.
I'm happy for you to express that if you hate it, but
Yeah,
good,
it's
man.
like the pricing stinks, right? It's
Oh
expensive,
yeah.
but it looks good.
But it looks good.
This like honestly, it looks better than most of the other Star Wars stuff.
Dude, it
Except
looks more Star Wars than the Acolyte right now.
Oh man,
There's
except Fallen
references and
Order
things
or
they're already
whatever.
doing in this, man.
Yeah,
Like the Java screenshot, like that looked great.
yeah, and the speeder bike section, the shooting looks fine. Stealth, it looks great.
Should be a good time. Hopefully,
looks-
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, totally. I'm totally giving it a shot. I gotta, got a few things that I wanna.
Right.
I wanna finish Final Fantasy.
Down
Want
the
to do
line.
Hi-Fi Rush, and then we got the Elden Ring expansion, and then I got Dragon Ball, and
Yeah.
I think that's my year. I'm gonna call it a quit there,
Yeah.
and then probably next year I'll probably pick early next year. I don't mind picking this up. Picking up Metaphor, and yeah, no, it's good. There's games, right? We thought it was gonna be a dry year. It's not. It's
No,
it's
no,
good.
no,
It's
no,
shaping
no.
up to be a good year. Like it's not necessarily a great year when it comes to first party stuff, but I think the third parties are bringing up their game, and they're like, again, we got Rebirth this year. We got Elden Ring expansion. We got big stuff this year already. That's it either happened or is happening soon. We don't know if there's going to be any more announcements. PlayStation is supposedly going to have more announcements during the weekend. I don't think we'll hear from Nintendo until their next direct, which may be like next week, but or the week after. But we'll definitely talk about it whenever it happens. Sir, that's what we got. Go ahead and plug us in.
Thank you all so much for tuning into today's show. We want to invite you to stay connected to our podcast. So make sure you are subscribed on podcast platforms of your choice, places like Spotify, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, and more. Find us, subscribe to us. You can also write a review on these podcast platforms. That would really help us out so we can be able to have the show be discovered by new viewers, new listeners all around. Additionally, we'd like to invite you to subscribe to No Load Time on our YouTube channel. If you're watching the video version of the show, thank you for being here with us. Make sure you're subscribed. If you could write a comment, again, share these episodes with your friends and family, would be greatly appreciated. There's another way you can support us, and that's on Patreon. So we're on patreon.com/no load time. That's patreon.com/no load time. So these shows can continue to grow. We have so many other great ideas. I'm going to Comic-Con. There's a lot of expenses. It's all coming out of our pockets. It'd be great to have you guys support. You can do that with as little as $1 a month to support the show. So if you go to patreon.com/no load time, you'd help us support us out, and we'll have some other incentives that we throw out as well, including like bonus episodes and shout outs and things depending on the tiers. So make sure you check that out. Additionally, follow us on social media at No Load Time. It's at No Load Time. Places like Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok. Twitch is gonna be No Load Time altogether. No Load Time altogether on Twitch. And then yeah, if you go ahead and follow us on there, you'll see our coverage when we're at these other conventions and events, as well as updates on our episodes and more. Last but not least, if you have a question, comment, or feedback, we'd love to hear from you. Send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. And potentially, we'll even talk about what you sent in on a future episode. Thank you all so much for staying with us, and we'll see you all next time.
Thank you guys. Stay safe. We'll see you again next time.